Recently, I've taken notice of these screen removal tools. I felt I might be able to construct one for myself using items around my workshop. It definitely won't look anything like this one, but this one serves as a good reference for how these tools function. See how I built my own version next. I've drafted a very rough design to help me visualize how my screen extractor might work. The green and black part is PVC pipe and joints. The rectangular part is a slab of wood with two smaller blocks sitting on top. The smaller blocks hold the phone in place, while the PVC section is what will remove the glass. These are some of the parts I'll use to build my screen puller. The drawing is a basic idea of what I imagined, less all the little things like nuts and bolts, but I'll go into those details as I go through the construction process. The first thing I want to do is remount the T-joints so they'll easily slide onto the pipes. The reamer is made from a 1 1/16 inch hole saw mounted to a bolt that becomes the shaft that goes into my cordless drill. After reaming, minimal filing is needed to get the joint to slide easily onto the pipe. For now, the PVC construction will not be complete because the length of the two vertical legs is not final. Once I know how much height to allow for the suction cup, I'll cut the legs to allow for that height. I want to keep the pipes and joints from moving out of alignment, so I'm going to screw each side of the joint to each pipe. No screws will attach the T-joint to the through pipes since the T-joint has to slide freely on it. These couplers will be capped with the plug that will become the feet of the PVC pipes, and this combo will hold the PVC structure in place. I'm drilling a hole through the center of the plug so it can be screwed to the wood platform. Put the plug on the platform, mark lines to keep it in alignment after removing, mark where the drilled hole in the plug should be drilled onto the platform. Drill a hole to fit the screw that'll secure the plug to the platform. For myself, I used a number 10 by 3/4 inch flathead screw. When screwing the plug to the platform, be sure to confirm the alignment lines drawn earlier are lined up before securing the plug in place. I screwed in the other plug off camera. Its placement was done by using the PVC structure to position that plug in place before following the same alignment process as the first plug. To prevent the coupler from moving or detaching from the plug, I'm going to screw the coupler to the plug. I'm cutting wedges that'll keep the device in place while the screen is being removed. I'm using 3/4 inch red oak. Because I'm not able to easily angle the table saw blade, I'm going to angle the piece of wood instead. This is the completed wedge. I didn't really measure the angle. I sort of just cut whatever angle seemed about right. This piece still needs to be cut in half to create the two pieces I need and the sharp edges sanded smooth. For now, I'm going to secure one of the two wedges to the platform. I've already pre-drilled holes in the wedge and platform. The screws I'm using are number 10 by 1 1/4 inch flathead. The rail towers will sit at the extreme ends of the length of the rails. The same markings will be done on both towers. Trace a line across the top of the bevel block onto the rail tower. This mark designates the bottom of the hole to be drilled for the rail. Next, use the rail to mark the height of the rail's diameter onto the rail tower. This mark designates the top of the hole to be drilled for the rail. If needed, use a straight edge to mark a distinct and darker line over the lines and mark just made. These two lines on each rail tower will serve as the boundaries of the size of the hole to be drilled. To get the hole as accurately centered as possible, I started with the smallest bit in my set and worked my way up through the larger bit sizes until I got to the size that was slightly larger than the rail. A couple of holes did end up slightly off-center, so I had to use a smaller drill bit to grind away at one side of the hole before continuing with the next drill bit size. I used the rail to measure the furthest distance apart the rail towers could be mounted, then used a square to mark a parallel line for the freestanding rail tower. I crazy glued both rail towers in place so they would not move while drilling and screwing them in place. Off camera, I already marked where the 3 holes for each rail tower should be drilled. Something I had forgotten about when pre-drilling holes for screws is that pre-drilling into hardwood requires a wider hole than when pre-drilling into something soft like plywood. When screwing the screws in, it was easy screwing them through the plywood, but it got substantially harder to turn once the screw reached the red oak. Something that I need to fix on the suction cup that removes the phone's screen is the hump centered at the top of the handle. This hump prevents the lifting hook from centering on the handle when removing the screen. I'm grinding the hump flat to allow for better centering of the lifting hook. I'm now constructing the lifting hook that will pull on the suction cup during screen separation. How this works is the T will slide onto a swing arm. The T will have a permanent plug, and through the T a hook will be screwed in. The hook cannot extend into the swing arm because that would prevent the T from sliding freely when adjusting for different suction cup placements. When screwed in completely, the length of the hook has to be cut just short of the swing arm. Here's the original eyelet screw before and after cutting to make it into a hook. I used a bolt cutter to do the cutting and will sand down the sharp edges off camera. To give the hook more surface for the threads to grab onto, I'm adding this dowel inside the plug. I cut the dowel from a plank of wood and rounded the corners. I'm pre-drilling the hole for the hook to screw into. I started with a small bit to get it centered on the plug, then went through multiple larger bits till the hole was large enough for the screw threads on the hook. I had trouble mounting the hook because the dowel kept spinning within the plug and the screw kept pushing it out as I screwed the hook in from the other side. Eventually, I used multiple tools to hold the plug and dowel while using another tool to turn the hook. I pressed the plug into the T, making sure the hook is pointed in a direction parallel to the long side of the T. The plug is held in permanently by screws. I'll do a quick pre-assembly to see how everything looks together. Now that I can see how things fit, I'll cut the legs to their final height, making sure the swing arm is level when the phone is present and the suction cup and lifting hook are in place. And this is a partial assembly of all the pieces completed up to this point. The final pieces needed are all the parts that will raise the swing arm, and also something that will hold the bevel block against the phone while its screen is being removed. The easiest to implement is this bevel block adjuster. No drilling or cutting is necessary. I'm combining a bolt and hex coupler to act as an adjustable press that wedges between the rail tower and bevel block. Turning the coupler presses the bevel block against the phone and holds it in place during screen separation. It took me a while to design the swing arm lift, but it starts with a plug screwed to the rail tower. I did use some group glue to help with fastening the plug. The lift for the swing arm is a simple mechanism. I'll slide this reamed T onto the swing arm until it just about aligns with the plug. I'll combine a carriage bolt and hex coupler, then place that inside of the plug and T. Turning the coupler raises and lowers the swing arm. I needed the swing arm to swing down a little lower, so I used my reamer, which is also a hole saw, to cut a hole into one side of the PVC pipe. It took some effort, but I eventually ended up with this hole, which allows the swing arm to drop about another inch onto the swing arm lift. Here's a quick demonstration of how this screen puller works. I'm not going to pull the screen on this phone, but that's the process of prepping it. To soften the glue that holds the screen down, I usually heat up the edges. You can use a heat gun or heat pad. There are videos on YouTube on how to do that. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. That's all I have for now, and I will catch you in the next video.